Hello everyone, welcome to another video. So today we have a kind of a long-awaited video. I think the last one I did was in 2024. We're going to do a binder flip through. And this time it's not just going to be the wind, it's going to be all my photo card binder. So in total technically I do have 12 binders, but we're only going to be looking at 11 today, as one is my signed item binder and it has all my Polaroids in there. So it'll be kind of hard to flip through that one. But yeah. Also, I will say everything that came out the past couple weeks was pre-filmed a while ago. So I haven't had a chance to say that I finally reached 100 subscribers. And I know these days YouTube doesn't really care about subscribers, but I do. So just thank you for subscribing and watching and etc. So let's get right to it because I don't know how long this is gonna take me because I've never done this before. Okay, so this is my first binder. Unfortunately, it is not decorated and also it's kind of beat up. So this is my boy group binder, my miscellaneous boy group binder. It used to be the Wind slash Miscellaneous Boy Group binder, but that got overgrown very quickly. Maybe one day I'll swap this out, or I might just throw this in the Prism Platinum A5 binder. That might be a good idea. But for now, it's just in this Avery binder that's not even decorated. But okay, I might have to adjust the lighting, but this is what we're working with so far. So this first section actually is entirely 17. So in about 2023, when 7th Heaven came out, I thought I was going to alt 17. I ended up not doing it for a myriad of reasons, mostly because of the whole situation with Hybe. It just became kind of like awkward for me to buy their albums, and then I just kind of stopped. So because I went into K-pop not really knowing anything about Hybe and like how dastardly they are, but then the truth came to light. So but anyway, so this is kind of like my kind of back collecting. So as you guys might know, 17 did like a whole bunch of represses around that time too. So I started buying some of the repressed albums. Okay, I think that's good as it's gonna get. Ooh, this is like okay. Actually, I haven't actually been in these binders in a while, so they're kind of janky. Sorry, but anyway, so this is kind of like the few albums I did back collect slash back buy. I don't really remember off the top of my head which albums these are. Oh yeah, so like You Make My Day, You Make My Dawn. Like I was obsessed with those albums. I actually never ended up listening to their entire back catalog, but those two albums I listened to so much. Then Semicolon, actually I never listened to. I just bought the album. And then and FML was good too. I really like that album. Funny story. So these were freebies from Paceable. So the one time I ever got freebies from Paceable, it was these. I don't know why I got them. I think what they do is they take discarded or like forfeited packages and use those as freebies. I have no idea, but I do like these. I think these might be carrot versions or whatever the carrot equivalent was back then. So then here is my Busuk Soon. So I did buy that. Once again, 2023 was like my 17 year. I really did like that album so much. I almost bought Telepathy, but then like I said, I don't really like giving my money to Hype, so I ended up not doing it. Even though I did like that song. Not as good as Fighting, but I did like that song. But then here, oops, I didn't notice that. Okay, well, that's okay. But here's where we get to 17th Heaven, which was like the peak of me getting into 17. I will also say like Adore You is probably my favorite song, which spoiler alert, it's because of the wind. But that album doesn't have photo cards. It has those huge postcards which went back in the album. But anyway, so 17th Heaven was the height of my standing of 17 and probably no, definitely the most amount of albums I bought. Mm, I want to say I probably bought like maybe like at least 20 albums. Having like I was really dangerous at Target and Walmart. But anyway, so that being said, I do have a nice kind of amount of cards for this album. So I don't remember how I set this up. So I don't know why I did this. Why did I do this? I don't remember. But so here we have some of the cards. So these are Pobs from some store. I don't remember. I'm so sorry. I think these are Target cards. I don't remember what this is. And then here, why did I do this? Is this no, it's not a full set. I have no idea why I set stuff like this. So here are the concept cards. Is this? No, because it's two Sinquan. Do you know? I have no idea why I set stuff like this, but here we have it. Okay, so we have more cards. I really did like the styling. Like, I liked the title track, and I really liked the concepts for this album. And I think that's kind of what also helped facilitated me, like, really getting into this era. Okay, I think I tried some stuff with this, with the things. Oh, these is Weavers, the Weavers versions. I really wanted Wuji, because he was like kind of my bias at the time. You can scan those if you want. I never scanned them. What's this? Oh, more Weavers. Oh, I did get. Wait, huh? Did I buy this? I don't remember pulling him. I might have bought this. I don't remember. Yeah, I think I did because I bought 5 and I bought Wuji separate. I think that's what happened. Wow, I haven't looked at this section of my binder in a very long time. And there's Vernon. And I don't know what these are. Some kind of pop, I guess. And so then I remember I did do something kind of weird with the carrot version. I just made it so that I had at least one of each member. So I did this kind of spread. I don't know. I don't know. So we have that. And these are some extra pulls from the carrot version. And then here we have these big inclusions, which I didn't have, what is it, like fillers for. I thought about it like literally last night. Well, yeah, last night. I was like, oh, I don't have fillers for these. I'm like, this is not my main collection, so if it's a little like sloppy, you know, well, sorry. Spoiler alert, I did buy 17 is right here, so this is that postcard, which doesn't even fit in here. I just do this in here. But yeah, so this was 17 is right here. What really got me with this is that it came with a full set. So I bought it. And then also it has like every CD, so like I said, I mean not every CD, every title track. And also it's kind of like cumulative, so you know, it had all the title tracks, so it's a good like archival piece. Even though I only bought one version because it was $50. Alright, so what's this? Oh, okay, so this is Spill the Fields. Unfortunately, I did not like this song because I don't like DJ Khaled, so I didn't really do much with this on there, whatever. I was at Walmart, and I was walking past, and I was like, you know what? Sure, why not? The boxes were pretty, so. And I really do like those square packages. It reminded me of 17 Heaven, which was like the peak of me trying to get into them. So yeah. So that was it for 17. So that was a lot more than I remember. All right. So here we have the rest of the boy group. So this is another group thought I was going to get into, and then I'm not fully getting into them, which was Zero Base One. So here is my first album page. I didn't really have any real plays for this collection. I just bought one digipack because I thought the debut album photo book versions were hideous, unfortunately. So I ended up not buying it. But I did buy one digipack, and I pulled Jung Hao, and had no plans to buy anything else. So that's why everything else has fillers. And then for the second album, once again, I didn't really like the photo book versions, but I figured I was gonna get into them, and you know, yeah. So I bought like a bunch of albums for that, and I ended up pulling a whole bunch of dupes. So that was fun, but this is what I have here. So I have Ricky, unfortunately, some analyst Tede. I don't know the members that well, actually. Also, rest in peace to OT9, I guess. Is that Gunnock? Right? Gunnock? Anyway, so this is what I have. I think these are pops. Yeah, these are beat rolled pops. We have more Tede. That's Matthew. Why did I flip all this way? Ricky. That's it. I don't know what was here. Oh, was this where Lucy was? Oh, oops. This should not be here anymore. I'm pretty sure this is where Lucy was. Let me just skip right past that. Lucy got upgraded to their own binder when I decided to opt them. So here is some highlight PC. So I got an highlight album from my friend as a gift. Actually, the whole package was a gift, but she included the highlight album as a surprise. So I put these cards here. I guess technically, if I did have a bias and highlight, it would be Yosep. Is that how you pronounce his name? I can like visualize it in my head, but I don't remember how to pronounce it. So, but here's we have that. And then I just threw the postcard in this one pocket page. I don't know. So here are some big inclusions for Lucy. I kind of forgot about these. I guess technically these could fit in the binder I have for them. I might move it. I think I have pages for it too, so I might do that. But obviously it's not happening today. Here's Rise. Me and Rise kind of have like a lukewarm relationship. Like, I think it's like a lot of their songs I do enjoy, but the only song I actually love 10 out of 10 from them is Impossible. Everything else can be kind of hit or miss. But I did buy their first album, and I did buy one pop set because I was buying stuff from the wind from this one person, and they coincidentally had this Rise set. I think this, yeah, that's all. So yeah, and I didn't remember order, still don't. So I just randomly threw them in here. You can see from this binder and the next binder, they're very casual collections. And then I did buy one album from them, Rising. One of the versions. I don't know, they released that album like 10 times. And I did buy Get a Guitar. And I did pull Sungchin. I don't know what this, not Sungchin, Sungun, is that how you pronounce his name? I don't know what the Anton card is from. Oh, this is from Rising. The mini album version. I don't know. They released that album so many times. It's kind of hard to keep up. So here is One Us. So I randomly fell in love with I forgot the album name. It is kind of random. I think I put the album name in on the screen. I just fell in love with that, especially the closure track. It's so good. Normally, I don't like the deep voice male rapper in K-pop, but like for some reason, like Lito, really caught my attention. So yeah. And then, so this is just more of the, I don't know if they called it a platform version. Maybe it was a platform version. I almost collected everyone. Maybe I should go back and finish that. But at least I finished Lido. So here's my TWS page. So when they were debuting, once again, I was still in my 17 era. So I wanted to get into TWS because I was like, oh, well, this is new boy group. So let me, support them. So I bought their first album. I think I bought a set and some pops. But I didn't really like their first album, unfortunately. And then, Hype. I still have this one page, so. And then here's TXT. So once again, I got into them. I did like the album I bought for these cards. I forgot the name of them, but like once again, it's Hype, so I stopped collecting them. I don't really listen to the music, but Nice cards to have. Got some Weavers, Pops. Oh, I remember this. So I bought the set of member versions that came with the box. Unfortunately, the box is literally like cardboard. Like it's like barely cardboard. So it's not that sturdy, but I love when they do the whole, okay, you get a pack of member versions. We're going to give you a free box to store it in. Like that's my favorite like type of pop situation. All right, so there's more TXT. I think it's the same album. Oh no, this one I had these albums on display. It was the albums where it was the member versions that were like inside out and they're all blonde. That was a good I like those albums. For some reason, I was just really into not even the music, but just like buying Jungkook's album. I don't really know. I actually never ended up listening to the whole thing. I think like the thing about K-pop is that it really feeds into my overconsumption. So I was just like buying these albums, even though like I wasn't obsessed with the music. So, but I don't know. And then these two dripping cards was freebies. I don't really listen to them, but so I don't know who this is, and I don't really know what the album this is from. But we have them. All right, so here we have EXO and Dio solo. I like Exist was probably my favorite K-pop full album before Metamorphic came out. It is literally like an 11 out of 10. Makes me so sad that the album they just put out is kind of terrible. But at least we have Exist. Exist is so good. Like I think Exist was the album that made me really give boy groups a try. And then Dio, I do like his solo stuff. Unfortunately, I was buying the SM minis for him, but now that he's on his own company, there are no more SM minis, so I haven't bought the last album. But I guess I should say generally I'm not buying albums from other groups, even if I'm not actively boycotting their company, just because of money. You know, like I'm only really spending money on my old group, so I haven't really bought an album that's not STAYC, The One or Lucy, in over almost a year now. And I am always very tempted, but I think this is Boy Next Door, right? Yeah. Is Boy Next Door hype too? I, everything's just hype. Oh, Boy Next Door should have done here. I kind of got sidetracked by me blabbing. I really liked the first two albums from them, and then technically the second album was the first album like repackaged. So I never went back and bought the first album, but I have the second one. And then I randomly bought. I saw once again. I was at Walmart and saw this album. I forgot what it was called. 1999. So I just bought a set. You know what? It always gets me is that like when you have the store exclusive, you get the extra photo card, unless you're SM because you suck. But that really persuades me. Well, it used to. Now I don't really buy albums from like Walmart, Target anymore. Because I'm also boycotting Target, so definitely not buying Target albums anymore. But yeah, that extra photo card makes me like, well, it's worth it. But anyway, so we have Boy Next Door. Oh, and P1 Harmony back here too. I kind of forgot about that. Once again, it was at Target. Randomly bought a P1 Harmony album. I think it's Sad Song. These were from Sad Song. They're about to have a comeback right now, and I'm trying so hard not to buy any albums. I guess I'm just trying to be more smart with the money aspect of it. But anyway, so here are some postcards. So I think these are P1 Harmony, and I think yeah, and NCT. So this is the NCT page. I don't think Tail is in here, but if he is, let me know and I will remove him. I don't think he's in here though. But this is a random NCT page. I would say NCT, specifically NCT Dream, was a group I was getting to a lot, but I kind of like fell out of NCT. Specifically when Taeyong went to the military. I don't know why. It's just that like the whole aura shifted when he left. And now that he's back, it hasn't come back yet, but we'll see. Like I said, I'm kind of holding back on buying albums anyway. So, I guess I should specify for like the most part, all of these cards are just album pulls. So, I think this is also NCT, right? Yeah. So just more NCT stuff I just randomly picked up at Walmart. No rhyme or reason. No, nothing's in order. Nothing makes sense. Then we have here some bigger inclusions. Here's a postcard set. Okay, so here I bought one Stray Kids album. So when I was getting into K-pop, so okay, so this is Gravity. Wait, who's this? Oh, Young K. I completely forgot I bought that album. Oh my god, that was so long ago. I don't remember that album very much actually, but we have this card. Here we have Gravity. I loved 9 O'Clock from this album. The album was Sunseeker. I loved 9 O'Clock from the album. The album was pretty good actually. Fortunately, I haven't listened to much after that. Here we have Bang Yedam. So his 2 albums so far are pretty good. Unfortunately, I missed out on the signed Hello 82 of the first album because I thought the album packaging was kind of ugly, so I never bought it. The second album, I didn't make the same mistake twice, so I did buy the album. So I got the two album cards, and the Hello 82 Pob. So we have that. So here we have the two ATEEZ pages. So what album was this? I don't remember. I don't remember what this album was called, but like I said, it was at Walmart. I bought it and I stored it. So yeah, these spreads came out really good actually. I like it. Unfortunately, that is it for my ATEEZ collection, and that is it for my Miscellaneous Boy Groups collection. So for the second binder, we have this Miscellaneous Girl Groups, but also I have STAYC's Big Inclusions, Japanese, and non-album stuff in here. But we're going to skip that for now and come back to it. So you don't see this. We're going to skip it. Unfortunately, my Miscellaneous Girl Group section is much less than my Miscellaneous Boy Group section, which kind of weird because I would normally consider myself more leaning towards girl groups than boy groups, especially in the past. Now I'm pretty much just kind of like STAYC, Lucy, the one, and that's it. But anyway, here we have NMIX. If I could collect another group it would be NMIX. But like I said, we're kind of late in the game for that. So these are just my album pulls. So we have I did kind of back collect some other albums. I think I'm missing a couple still. Xpergo. This was kind of like the renaissance for me. I know people and NMIX is having a renaissance now, but for me, Xpergo was the one that really pushed it over the edge for me. Especially with, also I will say I was a Tank supporter since the beginning. Like when everybody was hating it, I was supporting that song, even when I didn't know who the group was. But anyway, Xpergo was really when I like, okay, this group is worth like, it's really good. I feel like Oh My Gosh is a very underappreciated song. Like that's probably like their top like 2 or 3. So I did buy that album. So here, okay, I don't have as many cards. Okay, so this is Effie FEO3 Break, which is the best of the trilogy, hands down, like no contest. And then what's this? Okay, this is more FEO3 Break. This is from the Weverse, not Weverse, like the platform version. No, this is from the little fluff ball version. This is the Weverse version because I remember I pulled Bay for that. Obviously. And then this is from, I think this is the second trilogy from that. What was it? Oh, it doesn't say. Oh, Stick Out. So here we have New Jeans, RIP OT5. So I bought all their albums. So, and they're very generous with the set, so I just threw them in here. Benji, and then this is for I don't remember what this was. It called House Suite? I don't remember. I just whatever it's called. I had to get Daniel's version. Oh well. Well, you know, I don't know. I'm kind of checked out of that whole situation. Especially I'm not supporting Hype anymore anyway. So like whatever, but that whole situation is so messed up. Anyway, here we have Idol, which was previously known as G Idol. I love Wife, and I can't remember the, oh my gosh, I can't remember the title of that song. The song is literally playing in my head right now, and I don't remember the title of it. Anyway, I really love the album. I loved how the album covers were lenticular. So while I was at Walmart, I bought a set. But yeah, so those are my pulls. These are clear cards, I believe. And I just do these in here. Here's my Joe Yuri page. I love that album. Oh my gosh. Like probably like 9.999 out of 10. Like it is so good. Unfortunately, I was begging for her for years to have a comeback, and when she did, I didn't listen to it. But in my defense, she changed the sound. But yeah, I got a side album from M Wave, so one of these should be an M Wave card, yeah. So this is Red Velvet, I believe. Yep, so for Chill Kill, there's actually a video on this page. I bought the member version. Like, I forget what it was called, but it all came with a guaranteed matching photo card for the member, so I just do it in this 5 pattern. So these are like the bigger inclusions that came with it. This is kind of hard because I do like the back, so I wouldn't want to do fillers for these, but these are way too big for this page. So this is random. So we have some ITZY stuff. Had to buy Kill My Doubt because it had Cake on there written by Rado, even though I really want that STAYC demo that I know exists. Here we have some IVE. I liked IVE a lot, their first full album. So like kind of residual from that, I bought IVE mine, but then I kind of fell off of them. Here we have some Artemis stuff. Right here we have a Chew page. So some of these are freebies, not freebies. Some of these was a gift from a mutual of mine, but I did buy her first album. And I don't know who these are. Are these freebies? Okay, so these are freebies. This is a Seraphim. I completely forgot I bought a Seraphim album. I have no recollection of buying Easy until literally like right now. Okay, so that's it for now. We will come back to this binder once we finish with the STAYC stuff because we gotta come back to the big inclusions. All right, so here we have my Lucy binder. So this has everything that I have for them. It all fits in one binder for now. And I have a little bit of room to grow. Gongwil just came back from the military, so I expect an album in like maybe a month or two. Technically, there is an album with photo cards before this, so there's like, I know that there's Lenti, there's 2 Lentis, and maybe like a member set, but that album is out of print, and I don't have it. So, and like whenever a Lenti does show up, it's like $80, so I will not be buying those. But anyway, so this is their the first set I have. I think it's a good set to have in the front anyway because it has their names on it. Which if you know anything, it took me forever to learn their names. I have that. Gotcha. This is from Blue. It's kind of like soft core era. Every time I see this card, it reminds me of Lucas from SM. We have Childhood. I actually don't have Childhood, the album, because it's out of print and expensive. So here's Insert Coin. So this is when I actually got into them, like in real time. And really, for like the most random reason too, I just saw their concept photo on Instagram. I was like, oh, who's this? And even then, like, that was like very super duper casual and nothing crazy. But then when Fever came out, that's when I was like, oh wow, this is such a great band. Like I think even still, Fever is probably still my favorite album from them. So here's some pop. So this one I kind of got suckered into buying because I got a freebie. I was like, well, if I have the freebie, I mean, if I have the one card, I might as well get the other three. So that's when that happened. And then I was like, well, when I was looking on Poker Market, I was like, well, since I'm here, and I got these as well on Poker Market. Poker Market is dangerous because it makes it very easy, but also very expensive. But like sometimes the peace of mind of not having to deal with K Twitter is worth every penny. Like it's so exhausting sometimes. So we have this. So I'm just using these two as fillers because there's only 2 unit cards that came with the Boogeyman. There's no photo book version for this album. And this is my first. Oh, I remember this now. This is my first time testing out buying pops from Dear My Muse. I remember that. That was the very first time. So this is from the album called From. No birds on the back. This is the one set of pops. So now we're in our. So yeah, before I was only doing one set of pops. So just got a set from Dear My Muse from Peaceable Call of the Day. Here we kind of started ramping up a little bit, but here we have Wajang Chung, which started Ganggro's military era. They only had 2 albums since then. Wow, I feel like it was really been moving. Like they've been working a lot while he's been gone, but oh my gosh, I was supposed to put a filler there and I forgot. Pretend you see a filler there. Technically, I think there's like 3 or 4 cards for the hippos, but nobody's really selling them. And I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. I kind of have like a curse where like every time I buy a set of albums from them, it's all dupes. So I bought this on Poker Market. This set. Alright, so here we have Son, or the English version, this English title Sunflower. Album card. So here I kind of went crazy with the pop. So not crazy. I bought 3 sets, but anyway, we have this one, Make Star. I don't remember what this was. Oh, Dear My Muse. And then I bought 12 Make Star albums to get all 3 Polaroids this time. So that is it for Lucy. Quick compared to my other 2 alts. They don't really do as many photo cards per album. It's usually only 1 set of cards, 1 or 2 sets. And there's only 4 members. And then the last 2 albums has only been 3 members. So very easy to collect. So, and this is another collection where I decided to pick them up and then like immediately became hyper focused on finishing the collection. So, there is that. Okay, so here we have the first STAYC album. So this should have everything from their debut until Teen Fresh, I'm pretty sure. So I know I kind of did flip throughs during my binder setup or storing videos for these two binders, so you haven't seen much difference. So I could probably go a little bit faster. All right, we'll see how this goes. So here we have debut era. Here we have Stayed On. That's the first comeback. Change the trajectories of everyone's lives, mine included. Yeah, stereotype. So this was kind of, a huge undertaking that I kind of like sped run through. Let me just, there we go. It was like a huge daunting task to back collect them since they had so many albums by the time I finally bit the bullet. And a lot of people would take this undertaking slowly, but I kind of finished this in like 2 months. So here I did buy Young Love albums from some store on Amazon, and it came with the POBs for Apple Music. And part of me wants to just get the other four I need, but like I said, I kind of sped run through the process of buying these photo cards. So number one, I was kind of fatigued. Number two, I was kind of my what do you call it? My discretionary funds were depleted, so to say. But I might go back and get those other four cards. So we have Young Love. There were so many cards for this. This is where like they really ramp it up. So like the first two albums, easy peasy, like one or two sets, and then they just progressively have more and more until we got like the peak, which was Teen Fresh. Oh my gosh. Here we have the circle cards for We Need Love. Actually, these are like mismatched. So some of them are the green backs, some of them are the pink backs, which you can't really tell. Here's a pop we have for We Need Love. Once again, Apple Music. So here is Teddy Bear. Got a lot here too. I really like these sets though, and I had to get this one pop. They're first of all they're double sided, and then yeah, they just look so nice. STAYC photo cards are expensive, especially on Mercari US. Like I don't know what they're doing, but they're just so expensive on there. So now we're at Teen Fresh, which the rest of this is Teen Fresh. There were so many cards for Teen Fresh, and technically, depending on your definition of album cards, there could still be more to get. What like the Barnes and Noble exclusive, Target exclusive, Walmart, etc. But I'm like, I would consider those pops for my own sanity. Although I really want the Hello 82 exclusive, where they're like holding their own photo card. So this is the Digipack version. These like I bought like 36 Digipacks, I think, and I still had to buy the ones I needed. This is the platform cards. This is very cohesive. I like this with the background. We have units. I guess that's a pub. So here we have some pops, I guess. So this is like the beginning of me getting pobs. So this is Weavers, I think. Yeah, Weavers. This one is was kicked out for you lucky draws. That kind of screwed me. So I bought 6, and they gave me 2 Isas. So I had to go and buy Shein. No, yeah, I had to buy Shein set. That's what it was. So I ended up with 2 Sheins. So I have 2 Sheins, 2 Isas. And should I go back and buy other 4? I don't know. These were lucky draws, so they were so expensive. So yeah, that was kind of. I kind of sped through that. But yeah, they were album cards. Nothing, no pops here. Like, because I was saying this is mostly me back collecting. Or yeah, besides the only albums I bought in real time were, I guess technically Teddy Bear. I did buy a set when that came out, and then Teen Fresh. All right, so here we have STAYC 2. So this is everything from Metamorphic forward. This kind of has some room to grow. I forgot to mention the other binder is pretty much full. This one has some room to grow, but I just don't really know what I'm doing with this. So, because like another Eric Kanafa in here. However, I kind of got burnt out buying pops from them, and I'll explain more when we get there. But anyway, pop secondhand, I should say. But anyway, so here we have Metamorphic, such an underappreciated era in terms of the songs, in terms of the styling. Like the styling on this was so good. But and also they really ramped down the Photocard game. Maybe I won it as an exception to that, but as you'll see. But anyway, I think this is it. This is just the set of 6 and then the units for the first album, for the first version. I forgot what they were called, honestly. And then this is the second one. This card was so expensive. Oh my gosh. And then here we have units. This was a Makestar benefit. You know how they have like 5 trillion benefits for one event. It's so overwhelming. Like I'm not ready for when the Win does Makestar benefits again, if we ever get there. So here are the platform cards. I think these are the QR cards. They haven't been scanned yet, so be my guest. Here's like the set you get in every platform, and then here's the cards. I'm pretty sure I completed this with just album pulls. I didn't have to buy anything. So this is from the figurine version. So I think this one, J, is my favorite card. So here we have pops. So like I was buying pops in real time for these. So I would buy maybe like 3 or 4 pops per album for the next 2 albums. So we have mini record. I forget what this is. This is Makestar. This is so pretty. Oh, that's it. I literally only bought 2 pops. Okay, well, now we're in here with us. Once again, not too many album cards. This is the play version. This is also has such good styling. Oh my gosh. So this is Weverse, and Weverse screwed me and kind of put me off of them. No. Anyway, what's this? This is K-pop merch. What's this? K-Tone for you. This set, oh my gosh. So yeah, this is what kind of like was the final straw for me buying pops for them. I've told this story so many times on the channel and on Twitter, but pretty much the seller like strung me along for weeks, months even. And then like by the time they sent me what they were going to send me, which wasn't what they said they were going to send me, Jay was already sold out, so I couldn't even buy her anywhere else. So I just bought this Hello Kitty one and just threw it on here. But we have here, and like I was so excited to have this set because the Win also has it with these characters. So you know, but some dreams are not meant to be. But anyway, here on Twitter they were calling us the lesbian set, which sure, okay. And here Kirby, of course. Obviously, I had to get the Kirby. Well, I guess you guys wouldn't know, but Kirby is my brand on Twitter. And also, the Win does have a Kirby set as well. So luckily, I wasn't scammed about this. I bought this myself. No, I'm lying. I did buy it from a seller, but the seller didn't scam me. This one I literally bought for the same card. I bought the whole set. There you have Rosa, Mixstar. All right, so that's it for us. So here we have I Want It. So here we kind of ramped it back up with the full the amount of full cards, more so with the trading pack version. So yep, here we have, I forgot the version names honestly, but here we have the first version, the little drawings on the back. Here we have the second version. I love this beach version, it's so good. So we have the trading card version. Unfortunately, I bought maybe like 18 packs, I think. But I was missing like 2 cards. I had to buy it elsewhere. Like the Seong card was so hard to find. Luckily it wasn't too expensive when I did find it, but it was hard to find. Once again, Weavers screwed me. No. I remember. I didn't even bother. I just bought one set. That's what it was. Yeah, I just bought one set. And like they just gave you, so normally Weavers gives you 2 different pops. They give you like a photo card pop and like a photo card pop. For S, it was a mirror. So I have a Seon and a Yoon. But for this one, they just gave you the same card but clear. I'm like, okay, sure. So here we have the pops. So this is Make Star, I believe, which came with units. And this is Apple Music, which also came with units. And then, okay, this is Apple Music. I got messed up. Oh, I forgot to mention it, but these pages, so these alt bias 6 pocket pages, they only come double-sided, which I kind of hate because it kind of creates a lot of plastic. And I'm thinking, I wonder if like it makes the backs kind of cloudy, but oh well. Here we have more lucky draws. I did attempt a fan sign for I Want It, but for this Wheeler Kuma set, it was the trading card pack, and I only bought 6, so like there's no way I was getting in with that amount, but I tried it. If I had, this was after I had pulled everything. If I still hadn't pulled all the cards, I would have bought even more trading card packs, but like whatever. The 6 I got in, I didn't even open them because I already pulled everything. I know there's a chance for like the blue card, but I'm like, whatever. It's just the same card, but blue. All right, so that's it for these 2 binders. So let's go back to the purple girl group binder, and we can go through the big inclusions and Japanese cards. So here are the big inclusions for STAYC. So here I'm not really that serious about this collection. The big inclusions, I mean. So I'm just like, my pulls are my pulls. I'm not really buying any. And then honestly, for anything before Metamorphic, the big inclusions are still in their corresponding binders. I mean albums. So oops. So I was almost done with the first with these. So I was only missing 2. But But for this one, I think I'm only missing 2 as well. Yeah, missing 2 members. But I was able to finish these mini posters for S. These came in the play versions. There's Suman, Shion, Aiza, Sam, Ian, and Jay. Postcards not as lucky. Once again, I'm missing 2 members. And this one, I'm probably missing 3, I think. No, okay, yeah. 4 members. These just came with Make Start once again, just a whole bunch of random prizes that they include and everything. But that's it for big inclusions. Here we have the Japanese stuff. I am thinking about moving this into a 6 pocket binder. Maybe. Once again, this is a very casual collection, so I'm missing Poppy and Teddy Bear because I never went back and bought those albums. So here it is. Once again, these are just album pulls. We have Lit. This is also Lit. And then these 2 are Poppy. These were freebies I got from a friend, so I just threw them in here. I didn't want to have a whole Poppy page for 2 freebies. Well, actually, I don't know if these are like Pobs or what, but so these must be the Pobs for Lit from Universal Store, I'm thinking. Yeah. Oop, if you heard that, that is my snake who's being very annoying right now because it's breeding season. But anyway, these are, yeah, okay, they all are holographic. They don't really show up that well in person, but in camera they show up really well. This is also a pop. I think this is a pop specifically for the special version. Let was the last time they did 9 versions total. So there is the 6-member jewel case, uh, a group jewel case, and then 2 like DVD case versions. Here we have Meow. Like, I try my best coming up with the sets based on my polls. I think this came out pretty well. Actually, yeah. I have 3 Sumin, 3 Xion, 3 Aiza. And then 2 Seiyun, 3 Yoon, 2 J. That actually turned out really well. And then here are the pops. I was kind of freaking out when I got these, and I didn't storage for the longest time because they are technically not technically, they are slightly taller than normal photo cards. So I thought they wouldn't fit in the 9 pocket, but they just barely fit. So that's good. So here are the digipack. No, sorry, this is different album. So this is GPT / Tell Me Now. I kind of want to go back and collect this because GPT doesn't have a Korean physical release, but it might be too late now. I should have did that months ago. Was that the? Oh, was this the pop set? Well, I'll put the pop set first. So here are some polls. No, this probably be the member version. Here are the other versions. Oh yeah, this is the Pobs. Once again, slightly taller than a regular photo card, but luckily tall enough to fit in the 9 pocket. Here we have Lover Killer. I kind of dropped the ball on pre-ordering these fast enough to get the Universal Store pop, so I ended up having to buy them individually. Well, sign up, I didn't buy them myself. I put in an order with my proxy, but I had to do that individually for all 8 versions, and I didn't get a full set of pops, so that's kind of annoying. And they are these stickers, which I don't really like them either. And then we have the member version benefit for Lover Killer, which is kind of giving me poppy tees with their like design. And last but not least, we have Stay Alive, which this is the setup for now. I did completely collect this album. Everything's waiting at my Nokia warehouse waiting to be shipped. But yeah, so the next time you see this will be fully expanded. I just did this so I didn't have to make a whole bunch of fillers for stuff I know I have on the way. But this is complete. So yeah, so you actually got both cards with the member version. So if you bought a set of member albums, you got all of the member photo cards. So that was a big contributor of why I decided to collect that album in the first place. Because, well, if one of the album versions is already done, might as well. And here are the pop sets. So instead of being slightly taller than the normal photo card, these are slightly wider than the normal photo card. So these are quote unquote Monster X photo card size, which is really great. More groups should do this. Here is seasonal greetings. So this is the one seasonal greetings I bought from them. I really should buy 2025 and 2026. I really should, but we have this. All right, so that is it for STAYC. All right, so now we'll have to tackle the behemoth that is the wind. I won't be surprised if that takes me a whole other hour to do. Okay, so here is the first binder for the wind. So this contains their first 2 albums. So all of the stuff for the wind have custom binder covers. Unfortunately, this one's a little bit cursed because I swapped out the binder so many times. It went from like a 4-inch to a 6-inch, and now this is a 5-inch, 4-inch. The binder this was in originally had that like little separation, and when I put it back in this binder, it doesn't. So I had to kind of like figure something out. In a perfect world, I would have just one more album to remake this, but I remade this cover so many times I have no more extra albums. But here is the front. Here's the spine, which as you see, you can kind of tell that I had to expand the spine. Kind of haphazardly, yeah. I just wish I had one more album to remake these, but I guess it's fine for now. Part of me wants to collect. We'll go through this later, but part of me wants to collect the like they did like these drawing postcard things, and I decided not to collect them, but I kind of want to now. But that means I'll have to buy more albums. But anyway, all right. So to kind of like start each section, I do have a cover. Um, this one I kind of cheated because this is already kind of a collage. As you might well notice, a lot of these are Hisu focused. So here, all right, so here are the IDs. I thought this was very clever. So they came in these like little holders. I just cut the cover off, so the cover is here, and then use it as holders. This was before they came out with sleeves specifically for IDs. I'm scared to see if the holder is damaging the IDs, so I'm just gonna leave them there and pretend that they're not, because there's a lot of like pressure on these because these are so thick. But I don't know. I thought about swapping it out for the ID holder sleeves, but I do like the background. Wait, I thought that was so clever. So here I have the first album. So yep, this is OT7. The first two albums are OT7. And you know, pretty much me unboxing this entire journey for these cards is on this channel. But my original goal was to just have at least one set of photo cards per album version. As you can tell, this is just two albums and this binder is completely full, and we kind of expanded from that. But anyway, so this is the second version. For these, I kind of just figured, okay, well, I'm just going to collect enough to have I first wasn't going to collecting them, and then I figured, let me look at my albums, see what I have, and I just so happened to have enough for a 9 pocket, and just left it at that. So here are the 3 cuts. So here are the broadcast cards. So this is one of the errors where I decided just to do top 3. I think these two albums in this binder are the only time I do top 3. Here I am missing Hisu's week 3. No, it's not week 3. It's I think they call it like the Dashimana broadcast card. I'm missing it unfortunately, but one day it'll show up. Hopefully, one day. And it's also funny. With us, didn't bother to cut them rounded corners. They just had square. Yeah, so like a lot of the harder to find, I should say, so although I was listening to them since debut, I didn't decide to collect them until like October of 2023, and even then I only was collecting full sets. It wasn't until 2024 I decided to expand my collection to pretty much everything. But for those more harder, rarer, more expensive cards, I only did top 3. So like, yeah. All I have to say that I am missing Hisu for this one. Like, it's not even a matter of, oh, it's expensive. It's a matter of, can I even buy it? Like, it doesn't even exist. Here, I just finished the M-Wave set for back then, for the first album. I am missing this Everline pop-up. Lucky Draw for U-Chan. But everything else should be full sets. Well, there's one more exception to that, but everything else is full sets. This set was the set that sparked my back collecting the first album actually, because I bought Chanwon in a set because I needed the other card in there, and I wasn't too pressed about it. But then in the back of my mind, I was like, well, I should kind of finish this set, and I love this card. But I couldn't find someone selling it all in one set. But I was able to work it out, and I was like, well, while I'm here, but yeah. And another rule I had back then is that I didn't really want to collect a pop set in the same outfit as an album set, because it's like, well, why would you do that? But that was a more sane thought. Now there's no sanity. So yeah, the and also like I was like, do I really want to collect 2 album pop sets in similar outfits as well? That's kind of where some of the like the top 3 slash like I would do OT7 for one set and then the top 3 for the other set. That was also a thing too. So but yeah. Oh, this set was such a pain. Such a pain. I don't want to go through like the backstory of every single one, but this one was such a pain. There was this one seller who had this whole set for sale, but they also had like a bunch of random Hyunjin pages. I mean, Polaroids and photo cards for sale, including duplicates, and they refused to sell to me individually. Like I had to buy the entire set, including duplicate cards. I was like, there's no way. And it was to a point where it was like I was offering more than what the set. I mean, like I was offering more than what this set was worth, but they just refused. And guess what? It's like 2 years later, and they're still trying to sell that. We have this, and in terms of like the layout, I tried to do it by like outfit, so as you can see, like all of like the school uniforms are together. There's all the different colors. Here I am missing Jaewon and Chanwon. But at this point I'm just considering this the high teen unit and calling it a day because once it, like I don't even know why this is so rare. Also, that is literally the only Jaewon card I'm missing. And the thing about his cards is that anyone who dropped their collection with his cards dropped it years ago at this point, so there's no really going back and finding it. I do see some of his cards for sale still, but obviously not the card I need. I did find Chanwon's card on this random Chinese site, but I don't feel like figuring out a proxy for that just for one card. But I might just do it. So here we have this. So this is kind of just like by vibes, actually. It's kind of funny how this is 2 different outfit concepts, and they reused the green jacket for Jaewon because it fits for both. So here gets a little bit weird. So here there's actually 2 different versions of these cards, and I don't care enough to make it even. So it's kind of mismatched. And then like this section is all like these weird blouse concepts, which I don't particularly like, but and like it doesn't really portray it here in the Photocard form, but like in real life, these shirts were like way too big for them. I don't know what the stylist was thinking. And then here we have the like sweatshirt section. I love this set. I don't know why I love this set so much. Like the red looks so good on them. I think it's like the red and like the cool tone background. Here we have like the Boy Scout concept. So here, I'm doing top 3 for this set, and I didn't realize I didn't have Yuchin until I got Hanbin. I was like, wait, I'm missing Yuchin. Luckily, he is on the way though. And then these are just randomly thinner for some reason, and they all have kind of like a gray wash background. So I decided to. Well, I guess I could have been zoomed in a little bit more, but it's fine. What was I saying? Oh, so I decided to throw them all together. And I think they're all from the same store. I don't know. I bought these after the fact. So this. So and actually, this very last one is not. I just put it because it goes with this one. I guess the Boy Scout concept should go back here too, but oh well. So that's it for the first album. Let me zoom in just a little bit more. Okay. So you have the second album, Ready Summer Vacation. Here we have another collage. Once again, it is Hisu focused. I think behind here is like draft 1 of the front cover. But anyway, so here we have the ceremony version, I think. I don't remember what they were called actually. Here we had a group card. Here we have units. So this card is pretty much the reason why all of this video is happening today. At first, when I bought my K-pop albums, I was not opening them, even for a photo card. I didn't care about photo cards. I'm on the record of saying that. But what happened was on my Teen Fresh unboxing, because I was just unboxing it to show what signed albums I got. Somebody asked me to unbox them for the photo cards, and that started me down the whole path. But anyway, so that was around August, which was when I got my summer vacation album. And I was looking at a template online. I just came across it and I saw this photo card on that template. And I was like, what if I pull this card? So I opened my summer vacation album and guess what? I did pull it. And like I really just started everything. So here we have some printed Polaroids. And that's the first version. So this is the second version. I know typically I do like when they're all wearing the same thing, but I think I prefer this version. Yeah, some drawing on the back. Like a lot of their photo card backs have drawings. All right, so here is the broadcast card section for this album. So once again, only did top 3. Once again, missing a Hisu card. I don't know. I've never seen this for sale, not even once. Well, I'm like, I did see it for sale, but like it was like 2 years later. And I did still reach out to that person, but they never reached out back to me. I guess I should get an unsigned Hanbin to put here instead. I forgot about that. But it's kind of low priority. So here we have the pops. This is one random pop. I should flip this because normally I do put in wave first, but here's in wave. I did buy this myself in real time, and I pulled Jaewon and Hanbin. But yeah, so right now I'm only missing Hisu. Unfortunately, I can't believe I pulled the group. I'm not pulled, but I bought the group card before I found Hisu, which technically should be less rare than the group card. I really don't know why this is happening to me. But one day. So here we have a top 3 page that is actually completed. So here, I don't think this is rare. I think it is kind of rare, but I was like, because it's not really that readily available. But this page just happened to have top 3. I bought top 3, and there's like so many sets in these outfits. Actually, I did find a Hisu dupe for this, so it can't be too rare. But these, oh my gosh, these are kind of like impossible. So these are Tower Records, and like Tower Record cards are super, super, super rare. This one's kind of more such a thing of, well, it was 2 different pop sets with the same outfit, and these are kind of rare. I had a hard time finding this one. So here, this set is not as rare as the other set, but it's not that readily available. Even getting this OT7 set, I had to get it from a couple different people back in 2024, maybe in 2023. But now, good luck trying to find any of these. This and their overall, I wish they had more outfits. Sorry, I wish they had more pops in this outfit though. Oh my, this one. This is kind of like my first Holy Grail completion. So this is the set from Bangkok, and you know, obviously it's not that easy to find this using like Korean websites. So here we have some benefits. I don't remember offhand. Oh, so this is Jump Up. What's this? Doesn't say. Once again, I was trying to keep like outfits together, but not really, I guess. We have this. There is a signed set in this outfit. I only have Hisoon and Chanwon. Oops, you can't see. I only have Hisoon and Chanwon for this set. But they're in the signed album binder. So you have this set. Okay, so this set is the first event I ever participated in. This was a lucky draw. This is actually like the last event for Ready Summer Vacation. I don't remember why I started. I did not understand how to read the event details at all, so I was completely confused. Flashback to that, but yeah. So this was 1 out of 14 lucky draw, and I bought 7. So they gave me this set, and then I went back and bought these 3. This is when I decided that this was my top 3, actually. Hisu, Hayuchi, and Haben, but I put it in member order. And then these are just random cards. I just, like I said, if it was 2 pops in the same outfit, I collected OT7 for one, OT3 for the other one. But this is the other set. And then this one, so this is part of that 1 in 4 lucky draw. I didn't understand it at the time, but for every 2 albums you bought, you got 1 of these. So when I bought 7, I only got 3. And I was very confused about how that worked. I am so glad I was able to get the other 4. I bought them on Mercari Japan. It would have killed me not to have this completed, like for a myriad of reasons, right? So this was the last, which is kind of funny. I never really thought about it in this way until right now, but this was my first time buying an event for them, but also this was their last event as OT7. So to have this be the last one that literally spells out the letters of their name, which can never happen again because there's no longer 7 members. I'm very glad I was able to complete this. So I am confused what is considered the back and the front of this. I used to have it the other way around, but the name didn't make any sense. So I don't know. So I have it like this now. So the back of it is drawings. So is it for this for binder? Let's go on to binder number 2. All right, so here we have binder number 2 for the win. So this is all our youth team. This whole entire 4-inch binder, it is all our youth team. So here we have it. So here's the collage, and then here is the spine. This binder is kind of beat up. I should buy a new one. I think whenever they come back and I have to buy another binder anyway, I'll buy another black one to replace this one. I think black kind of does fit this binder well. All right, so here is the front cover for this album. So this is using the kitsch one. This is the one time Hisu doesn't have the biggest spotlight on here. It's Yu-chan. You can kind of see in the corner here we have the one. You know, usually when I have a fan sign, I try to show them the Photocard binder, but they're just so heavy. All right, so unfortunately, we went from OT7 to OT5 at a blink of an eye, so that was fun. But anyway, here we have the album card. So here I was trying something different. So with the horizontal cards, it is kind of unfortunate because the backs are not horizontal. So don't know about that. But I think this looks pretty good. I kind of like how this turned out. So this is the Meow Cafe pages. We have postcard. And then here we have invitation. Oh, sorry. I flipped both at once. So here's the other one. I remember when I first pulled these cards and saw the ring on the back, I was like, what is going on? So here is the other one. Unfortunately, actually, Tony looks better vertical, not horizontal, but yeah, I try my best with these. So you have these coupons and more postcards. And then here we have member group postcards that came in every album, pretty much. So this is the first time they did platform albums. So this was fun, and I think these are probably their best cards, like the best cards of this album, but also their best platform cards in general. So yeah, we got two versions of member solo, but then we also got units. All right, so this is the broadcast card page. So I only collected Hisu for this because they had so many, and like I don't know why, but maybe it's my fault. I was saturation. I was inflating the market, but the broadcast cards for our U-Team were so expensive, like really expensive. So I only collected Hisu for them. Two of these are mini fan meetings, and you'll see that I do have the other members, so they're on this page, but I just did it this way. So here's an 8 pattern, which I hate this pattern because I don't like having the dead weight in the middle of the page, but it makes sense here because you have the 4 and then 4. So, but yeah. And then we're here for this is the Fan Cafe event. I didn't win this myself. I bought this one. This is like the first time I didn't win. I didn't participate. I didn't really know what Fan Cafe was. Anyway, so I think this is Hello 82. Yeah. So you had to buy the signed album to get this card. So I ended up buying 10 signed albums for our youth team. I still have a bunch of them. I don't remember what store this is from. Going forward, I do store them by store, not by outfit. But I don't know what store this is. Yeah, I'll put what store it was at the bottom. So here we have, this is M-Wave, and then I do have 4 of the Tower Records Polaroid. At first, I was able to get Hotbin and Higher Trains pretty easily, and then I decided, okay, I could do the top 3, but then Taylor Torrance showed up, and I was like, well, I might as well just get him, and then I was able to get Hisu finally. So technically, I'm done, but like it does feel so wrong to have every single Our Youth Team card except for one, Hyunjun. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do. Well, it's not. I can't find it for sale. So even if I wanted to buy it, I can't. So I'll just have like an eye out for it. But I do consider our youth team done. But the rest of these are M-Wave. M-Wave kind of had an oopsie. So they had special backs instead of like the plain pink and white backs. But the issue was they flip flopped the members a lot. Except for Tony. Tony was the only one that was correct. But they did send me a replacement set for it. Anyway, what's this? Music art. So this is music art. Completely forgot about that store ever existing. And our youth team was an era where I was buying both. Well, I was mostly buying online events, but I also bought some offline events until I won a couple and felt horrible about it. So I stopped doing that, and I just depend on resellers for offline events now. Oh, this is probably my favorite, one of my favorite sets, like of all time. This set. This is K-pop merch, I believe. No, I know for a fact it's K-pop merch. This is the cafe event. This is the first time they did the cafe event where they only had the offline version. Now they do like an offline and a very small online version to go with it. Even, last time I was in a cafe, last time it was like slime. But anyway, yeah. And K-pop merch has an option where you can opt out of the event. Because I thought this was going to be a rare set. I don't know what I was thinking. But yeah, I thought it was gonna be a rare set, so I bought the albums for it. You can find these cards like everywhere, even today. Like they're kind of, they weren't rare at all, and which makes sense, right? Because a lot of people bought those albums to get into the cafe event, and I learned my lesson. But this was an exception, I guess. So this is mini record. So the backs for the mini record, they were so good. They they like haven't topped these backs since. I don't know what's going on, but the backs of these cards were so good. This was kind of what sparked my decision to store it by store so that all of the backs are together because they look so good together. Next, we have this is mini record technically, but really it was through Olive Young. Um, and like this card, this is probably like one of my favorites as well. Unfortunately, this is also a card that's like impossible to find again. I really would like this for my duplicate collection, but it's just like, yeah, impossible to find. So this is double-sided, but luckily I like when they do this. So it's double-sided, but on the back it still has the store name on it. It makes it seem like an official card as opposed to like a freebie or something. Some more mini record. I did a lot. So this is one of the last mini records actually. This one. Yep. So what's this? This is Everline. So here we have the Everline cards. This is the Everline Lucky Draw. I think this is offline. No, this is online. Yeah, this is online. This is one I bought myself. Fortune and Torn is by himself. And then here we have the offline. This was a pain to get. I had originally passed up on it because Hyunjun's eyes is open, so it's not a cohesive set. And once again, like I was trying to be particular selective of what I was buying. And then what happened was towards like the middle to end of our youth teen, I realized like, wait, I have almost everything. I should collect everything. And then this was like the bane of my existence. But I was able to finish it. We have more Everline. This is like one of the last sets. I was going crazy trying to buy these. Like I just wanted to finish it up, but luckily, you know, it all worked out. What's this? Jump Up. So here we have Jump Up. Oh, speaking of bane of my existence, this Kuromi Tenatoin card. It's just like by the grace of the universe itself that I was able to buy this card. I really like this set too. This one. I say this is JJ Muji. I'm pretty sure. And what's this? This is a random one. So here, this is my. Actually, you can still see my name through the sticky note. So I'm not going to go through this, but this is just my. I'm gonna walk that. But this is my fan sign pages. This is the only time I've done this where I cut them out and put them at the back of my binder. The other binders are just way too full to even try that. And like, I'm still on the fence of whether I want to do that. Because for Hello My First Love, I don't have many fans on album actually. I only have 2. With Our Youth Teen, I have so many albums that I was able to cut these up, and I still have like 6 that are just in storage. So, yeah. So there's 2 each for each member in here. But I realized that the sticky notes are doing a terrible job, and I don't feel like censoring every page. So that is it for this binder. Okay, binder number 3 for the one that's exclusively for Hello My First Love. So here is the binder collage I made for it. So this is using the boy version Cupid concept, which is probably their best concept that they've done so far. I'm pretty sure. Either this one or the concept that I have on my binder cover for Our Youth Teen is my favorite. But this was OT6, so this one has to get more points. So and then here is the the side cover. This is definitely my favorite side cover I've done. This came out so good. This inside cover can use some work, but I don't know. I guess what else am I doing? I could make a new one, but anyway. So I never mentioned. So these are from Yao Cafe. I don't know if they really do anything, but it makes me feel a little bit better. Although this binder for some reason is the pages are kind of bending a little bit weird. Okay. All right. So here we have. So we're back to OT6. Not back to OT6 actually. So this is the first album that's OT6, but Chanwan is back. Is what I meant to say. And for this album, they were so generous with the photo cards. So although per album version there were 4 sets, you got a full member set with each album. So they were generous with the photo cards, but we'll go over in a second where the issue arose. So here we have postcards, and it's hard to tell on camera, but like there's a slight like curve to the pages, and I think I know why actually, but it's because of these. These were the bane of my existence. The unboxings on this channel. I had to open so many albums to get a full set, and I kind of did it to myself because I wanted to show the backs of these. Because they do have stuff on it. They are member specific, but obviously they don't fit in the pocket pages, so I had to do fillers. So I decided to collect 2 each. And I think these bulky pages is causing the binder to curve in the front. But anyway, so yeah, these were so hard to collect. And these, oh my god. Yeah, there were so many inclusions with these albums. But for some reason I just had so many dupes with these. But yep, so these are film strips. So these are actually clear without the filler. So these need to have fillers. Alright, so that's the boy version. Here is the love version. So we have, for each concept, there was a selfie and a more concepty card. But like these cards are still like more candid enough that to me I like them. Like I guess I like concept cards in general, but I typically can see where people don't like them when they're super edited. But here they still look a little bit more candid. It's just that someone else took the picture, not them. Then we have the Cupid version. And then we have these again. These tickets, they were the bane of my existence. And then we have these clear cards. Here we have platform albums in. So this time, instead of having just one group card for the QR card, we have 4 different group cards. And we got IDs. So the IDs were a nice touch. I do like these. And luckily, at the same time as when these came out, the holders for them. So I'm so glad they did that. This would have been a pain to store otherwise. What I was gonna do is I was gonna cut out individual fillers and do the corner tabs, which I'm so terrible at those. As you can tell from the tickets, I'm not good at those at all. So here for broadcast. Okay, so these 4 are broadcast. So there's 4 broadcasts. Here are 2. These are winners benefit IDs from many records. So luckily I pulled this Hisu myself. No, or this one. One of these I pulled myself. The other one I was lucky enough to find for sale and I bought it. This is the Everline offline only benefit, which really kills me. It's like I'm buying the same albums that they're buying. I can't be in a drawing for this as well, but whatever. As long as I was able to buy Hisu's. Here, I think this was the cafe benefit, which once again is so annoying because I won the online version, but I didn't get any of these. And this person wanted 80,000 won for this. Like, So annoying. But luckily I'm able to get it. So this is the broadcast cards for Hobbit and Hayu-chan. Part of me wants to put these in the signed item binder. I'm still on the fence of that. In the end, it doesn't entirely matter, I guess. But here they are. I was slightly cut off at the top, but sorry. All right, so this was the showcase. What's that? There's kind of some drama about that too, but no, this is long enough. I'm not gonna get into it. So these are the mini fan meeting sets. This is the fan cafe set. I won myself. This is Tower Records Polaroid. Unlike LU15, I was able to get it myself. Well, not myself, but I bought it in real time, so I was able to get everything. Is what I meant to say. Here's M-Wave. They did not mess it up this time. So here we have units. These were showcase only, so technically pre-order cards. So once again, I guess I mentioned this before, but with pre-order cards, obviously, with the one specifically, actually, if you don't buy it during pre-order period yourself, you're probably never going to see it for sale. So, yeah, there's that. So I'm just going through that. Oh my gosh, these two cards were the bane of my existence. So here we have this. I think this doesn't go with this set, but I put it here because it matches the best. I'm pretty sure. I'm trying not to yap anymore because I'm trying to get this video to be under 2 hours, and I'm at the 2 hour mark now filming, and there's still 2 binders to go through. No, there's still 3. Oh my god. Here's Everline. So here's the lucky draw. You get the lucky draw card. So I bought, this is the offline. Oh, sorry, this is the online version. I bought a set of 6 myself. And then here, I did top 3. It's funny how that happened. I think this is Jump Up, right? Yeah. That's Shinju's birthday PC. I paid way too much money for that. I didn't do too many fan signs for this one. I don't remember entirely why. But I had a bestie at the time who like we weren't really besties. We were like, you know, it was more like a sell by relationship, but like we were friendly with each other. And pretty much she did every single one, so I just bought all the cards from her. And then I don't think she stands the one anymore. Alright, so that's it for Hello My First Love. I'm sorry if I kind of sped through that, but this is taking quite a while. And I didn't mention this like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Last but not least, for the album specific binders for the win, we have the Only One Story one, which is 1 week away from the 1-year anniversary of that, which funny how time flies. So here's the side cover. I'm pretty proud of it. This one is like, instead of doing the ripping, it's all like cut straight edges. So that was a change of pace. I do really like this inside cover. I ate with that. So they really scaled back the album cards with this, or the album inclusions with this album in general. But there was more pop, so still a thick, heavy binder. So here are the postcards. I guess they call them photos. Here's the other version. Here's the platform. Cards. So here are the group cards. I decided to throw them all on this horizontal page because they're horizontal. Are they horizontal both ways? No. This one is actually not from the platform version. This is from their Hong Kong. Was it Hong Kong? I think festival thing. Most members had member photo cards, but I think maybe because Tony was in Boys Planet, if they didn't do that, they just had the group card. Which I just didn't think about this. I wonder if he was already off the show when they went. That's crazy to think about. Oh my. Anyway, here are like the trading card type cards for the platform version. So these are square cards. I'm not entirely sure why they did it this way. I guess they're supposed to be like Polaroids. Like the whole theme of the album was Polaroid, pretty much. So this is the fan cafe benefit. So this time the cards were signed, which if I didn't win myself would be a pain because they would be expensive otherwise. But I'm confused why I did that first. Usually I do broadcast card first. But anyway, here are the broadcast cards. So this time I couldn't control myself, so I did OT7. Oh, OT7. I did OT6 for all of them. So it's week 1. Some of these are mini fan meeting as well. This is the M-Wave group card for Only One Story. I put it here because it matches the outfit and the vibe better here than the actual M-Wave set. And the backs match so much better. So this is Chanwan's birthday event winner benefit. Once again, I'm pretty sure they only gave it to the offline winners. I didn't even win because I applied for Hisu. Didn't get in. But I was able to buy Chanwan separately. It's actually almost his birthday again. So here's M-Wave. I don't remember what it was. These are like single stores. I put them together because they had the same outfit. So here they have Chinese. They had Chinese events for the first time. So here's these. And the backs on these are so gorgeous. Not so much this one, but these. Oh, look at that. That is so nice. More units, which once again were pre-order cards. So here's the character thing I was talking about. I forget their name. My bestie, she really likes them. But she hasn't talked about them in a while. So this was for Tennator's birthday. I did participate and I did win the group video call event for that. Once again, they had offline benefit when they had benefits to offline winners only. So although I won the online event, I still had to go out and buy these, which was fun. Luckily, they weren't rare. They weren't too rare. The other one we'll get to was, once again, I'll put all the mini records together. So these are going to be all together. These are rare. I can't find the last one I need. I found it and I let my friend buy it because she used to buy this EOJU, but she's just not even in the fandom anymore. So I should have just bought it. I mean, once again, I do consider Only One Story complete without it, but if I so happen to come across it, I would buy it. So this is Everline. The backs of these are so peculiar. I mean, I'm not a fan of this font, to be honest with you, but that's fine. We're gonna see a lot, I guess. Well, I did not realize that they only use this font for every single one. You have Jump Up, which had the superior font. I like this one a lot better. Once again, you know, we have these vertical cards, which let me. This is why I bought these pages in the first place for this set, because it is front and back vertical. So by vertical, I mean horizontal, I think. So here's Jump Up. I love these. I did not realize until I actually got this up myself that they had all different drawings. I feel like most people don't care about photocard backs, but I really do. So this is Starlight Music section. This was a new store for them for this era. I wonder if I am hoping they'll do it again. Because number one, when you win the fan sign, there is a signed photo card. And also, sometimes if you win the one-on-one, they ask you what pose you want for the photo card. I mean for the Polaroid. Here's Rising Star, just like a one-off. Oh my gosh! So this is I just realized this. So this is First Music, and I didn't do any of these events myself because they specifically say that you cannot use an expired passport. But now, thanks to Soundwave, I have a valid passport, so I can do these events now. I don't know if they'll ever do the events with them again, but yeah. So that is it for Only One Story. The most current album, which was a year ago. Last of the A4 binders is this non-album binder. I think I talked about this in my last during Photocard binder, how this collage came to be. But I just needed an OT6 binder cover before there was an OT6 album, so that's why this one's here. Here is the spine. So here, no, I forgot. Now this is my favorite binder cover. I like section divider. I like came to the realization that I can just do both sides. So did the OG on the back. Oh, I guess there was a group photo, but here we have these. So these are the heart fluttering broadcast cards. Technically these should be with the Our Youth Teen stuff, but I separated it. To me it's separate, so I separated it. Is this short answer of it. So this is the anniversary. Once again, some people would put this with Our Youth Teen, but number one, that binder's full, and I decided to put it in a non-album binder. So this is the offline, this is the online. I'm pretty sure. Or maybe I got that reverse. Oh, so here is Tower Records. So this was a high touch event for High Teen. Once again, I guess technically you can argue that this should go in the Our Youth Teen binder, but listen, something has to go in here, okay? They don't do much non-album stuff. So this is KCON. So this is KCON as well. This was the cafe set. Is a long story short. I forgot how I got these, but I have them. And then this one I got from a seller who didn't have the card I bought from them, and they offered it as like a consolation. This is from Tandatory. These are just photos that KCON was selling. I bought Hisu. So here is the merch, the actual merch, the anniversary merch itself. So no, I didn't do too bad. I'm not too disappointed with what my pulls were. Most of these are my pulls. Some of these are cards I bought after the fact, like these two, that just so happened to, match, get a good spread. This worked out really well actually. So this is between pulls and cards I was able to buy. And then there is some regret, so I do wish I would have bought more trading cards. I didn't realize that there would be literally no one's selling these after the fact. I thought aftermarket would have been a little bit better, but it wasn't. But that's lesson learned. At least I have all of Hisu. So, and then for the fillers, I just turned an extra card around. I didn't see if any of these are extra Hisus, because I would always appreciate duplicate Hisu cards for the binder, but I doubt it. So I do have this completed though. That's good. And this, okay, I forgot about that. I don't know why these are like the concept cards are like bluish. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. This. That's huge. And these was the benefit set for the merch. So if you spent a certain amount of won, you got one card or two cards. But everyone really screwed that up. They really messed up real bad. So here is Isaac for 2024. Week 1, and then unfortunately week 2. I say unfortunately because this was a pain to collect. So this is 2025 Isaac. Luckily, I was able to buy a whole set and then an extra Hisu very cheaply. Like it was not even night and day, not even half as much. All right, so that's it for Isaac. Also, the backs of these are so good. Probably the best Photocard backs that they have. All right, so here we have Season's Greeting. So their first Season's Greeting. Here are the Photocards. And then here are the postcards. So these are kind of an awkward size. So they're obviously too big for any other individual pocket, but not big enough for one pocket. And so I did the same thing I did with the Hello My First Love tickets, where I just used two. So I can see the front and the back. All right, so here we have the pop. So this is a pre-order set. So this is like, you never see these for sale. Luckily, I got them. There is one Beat Road pre-order set that I pre-ordered and then it got canceled. And I don't know why. And then same thing happened to Keytown for You. Like it was up and then it was gone. I've seen like one or two people have cards from that set. I haven't seen the Houston one yet ever. And they're both from like Indonesia, so I don't know if like somehow one of like the Indonesia sites got it. I don't know how that happened, but unfortunately I don't have it. But it's kind of dead to me because it's also not on the template that I use. So because it's literally that rare. Then we have the fan sign sets. So that's 2025. Here's 2026. Right now I'm doing Isaac together, Caesar's Greens together. If they ever do anything else for now on the album, I might reorganize it to be chronologically totally by year instead of by product, but I don't know, we'll see. So here we have the photo cards. Here we have the IDs. And then here, more reasonable postcard size. Here we have the POBs. So we have pre-order, pre-order, pre-order. This is pre-order. And then here is the online fan sign for Soundwave and the offline fan sign. So there is technically two more sets from Taiwan. The event was like a month ago, so I don't know where those. I'm sorry, I didn't participate directly, but I secured one set, and the other set I kind of have secured, but I haven't paid for it yet. So whenever those get here, I'll get them. But I guess the Taiwanese K Monster, that's the site. They're in no rush. So here is their Japanese magazine cards. It's kind of funny. So I bought 6 magazines, but then I realized that they're going to be completely random. So even before my magazines got to me, I just went in and bought 6. Macquarie, Japan. And then here is I think it was HMV postcard. Yeah, HMV postcard for it. This is mine. Like I bought the magazine. And here are just some of my extra pages. So these are the only pages I have left of these. I did buy Meow Cafe pages to try. So yeah. So that's it for the big binder. So we just have one more small binder and then we're done for the wind and done for this video. I've been filming for 2.5 hours. All right, so lastly but not leastly, we have this A4 binder. This is a duplicate Hisu card collection. And like a year ago, I was talking to my friend, as I do every day, and she put in the idea in my head. I ain't blaming her. To what if I started a duplicate Hisu card collection? And it used to be in a little 2-pocket collect book, but that got outgrown. So I did not put it in a standard A5 binder, and that got outgrown. And now we're in a deluxe A5 binder, which is almost full. I already have a backup, so I have white with a bunny on it, but Hisu's representative color is pink. So the second binder I got is pink. So that one, the plan is to have the pink binder with white pages and then pink sleeves. So this originally started as just casual. If I ended up with dupes, I'll just throw in the collect book. At this point, I'm honest with myself. I'm just collecting all his cards all over again. Within reason. I'm not killing myself to find any rare duplicate cards, but if I come across a card that's a duplicate, I'm buying it. So, whatever. So here we have it. So this is chronologically, but I tried to be aesthetic with the sets and some good spreads. So here we have, crisscross. So first album set. One of them is a album card, and the other one is a pop, either Soundwave or Mixstar. I get them confused. Here, okay, I tried a little bit. You have the little peace sign. These two, like I said, these are the cards that are kind of thinner and gray wash for some reason on the back. Here we have the what is it? The sweatshirt set or whatever. It's kind of like a review of everything we just went through. Actually, so here for now, I do have more cards on the way, so it's not going to end up this way. But here we have the end of beginning one page. Here is the start of Ready Summer Vacation. So here, so this is like the start of like the spreads, like the 4 spread. I do have a card here to go here on the way. So yeah, this is definitely kind of like a review of everything we just went through with the rest of the binders, but this is just Hisu only. I will say there is something satisfying about like having well, I say that as there's unit cards on the page, but you know what I mean. Like you have obviously, this is now we're into our youth team, but to have like a binder full of just one member is actually kind of satisfying. So we have this. See, almost done. I do have a card for this too. This I don't have anything. I don't have an unsigned one on the way at all. But hopefully one day I will have something to go there. Here. I really want to get another outfit in this concept. I'm gonna leave that in. He does that all night when it's breeding season. Like he just makes all the noise in the world. Anyway, I want to get another card in this concept to go here instead, because I do have the other card for this one on the way. It's the blanket one. I have this one. Not a complete cohesive spread, but I do like how this looks. Same thing with this page. Realistically, I want to swap this page with this page for no real reason, other than like this is kind of more like anniversary merch, KCON, not so much our youth team. It's kind of like the bridge between the two. So here we have this. So this is a complete spread. So we have the same shirt. Well, the same outfit, I guess. Shirt and tie. And name tag. almost full spread here. So yeah. I'm surprised I ended up with 8 of these. I think if I tried a little bit harder, I could have. But sometimes I do get, believe it or not, I do get fatigued buying photo cards for the win. I didn't point this out during my flip through because I was kind of flipping kind of fast. But this set, I don't know why. I'm just like, it just harbors so much like negative feelings because for this is the jump up like final round, and like final round fan signs are always harder to get into, but I bought 36 albums to get in, like the one-on-one with Hisun. I didn't, and like it just like ruined me. I was just like devastated. So now every time I see this photo card set, I'm just like, jump up, you screwed me over. So here now we're into only one story. This is a good spread. I like this. So we have these and then these. And like they're both facing opposite ways. I just realized that I ate with that. So here I did something interesting. So for the other two album concepts, there was only 3 that can reasonably be get or get it entirely, I forget. But then I finished it with these 2. So we have these. All right, so then this page is kind of miscellaneous. So here we have Isaac, season's greeting. I should have the offline on the way to go here. And then there's these 2 square cards that are just put together here. And then in the very back, I do have the photoism they did for Hello My First Love. My friend was actually in Japan during the time, and as like a trade, I always send him like all my extra Hayu chans. He did this for me. So I have come to realize now that I can just print these out myself, right? I mean, if I'm not in it, I could just print it out. Whenever they do photoism again, I will try that. Actually, I don't have a printer, so I will need to get a printer and then try it out. All right, so that is it for the binder flip through video of 2026. Hope you enjoyed it. I don't know how long this video is going to be. Right now, I've been filming for 2 hours and 45 minutes. So if you made it to the very end of the video, give this a thumbs up. Sorry for clickbaiting a bunch of groups. I know the majority of this is not groups that people really search for, especially in 2026. But anyway, if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much, and I will see you later. Goodbye.